You there! Yes, you there, watching this video right now. Show me both hands right now. This ain't that kind of video. Okay? I want both hands in clear view at all times. Now, while you've got both hands away from whatever, use that, at least one of those hands, or both, it's up to you. So hit that subscribe button right now, so you don't miss out on any of this content you're about to see. All this dumb, stupid stuff I do in my videos. Without further ado, let's get into it. Pause. Okay. If you didn't see the post, you would not know that this video, the microphone cut out after that 30-second clip you've just watched. I don't know why. I still don't know why. It's baffled me, but the whole video would have had to have been scrapped. But it's a very important video for the Primal Fear series, so I couldn't scrap it. So I've had to mess with stuff, which is why it's taken so long. This video is not like any other video I've ever done. This one is highly edited. You'll see a lot of edits, a lot of transitions, all that kind of stuff. Because I decided, instead of getting rid of the video, we'll change it a little bit. We'll tell a tale. The tale, the battle for the title of Demonic Empress. This tale goes through the trials and tribulations which I took upon myself and my Capro army to take on the beast that is the Demonic Reaper Empress. In this tale there is loss, there is victory, and a lot more along the way. You just have to keep watching to find out. So, without further ado, if you do end up enjoying this kind of content, let me know. Let me see how you liked it. If you don't, that's fair enough. It's not the content you're used to. We'll find out, won't we? Obviously, as always, as I said 30 seconds ago, don't forget to subscribe. I appreciate it a lot. Let's go. The men were lined up ready for the attack. We had to make sure they were ready to take on the Demonic Reaper Empress. So I trained them, hunting down some of the lesser creatures of the island, such as our Alpha Triceratops, until I spotted it, a fabled Brachiosaurus, standing there. So I told the men to get in line, unveil hell upon the enemy. As you can see, it was destroyed. In that glimpse moment I thought, this is it. This is the army that will finally defeat the Demonic Reaper Empress, who had plagued this land for so long and caused so much death and pain. But then, on the beaches, we spotted a more powerful enemy, which was a celestial Terrarium. Now this wasn't one of the Demonic Empress's spies, as you all know the Celestials and Demonics don't go well with each other. So this would be a true test of our power. And I don't know why, but the Capro decided to use a jump attack instead of obliterating it with its fireballs. Once again, it was light work. As we came along the beaches I spotted him, the captain. The leader of the navy. He had stepped straight too far from the pack. And with light work, due to our previous training, he was defeated with ease. The Demonic Capros celebrated their victory over the captain with a slight show. And then we came across the second part, the crab army. They were waiting a little bit further up the ridge, along the beach side. I'm ensured that everyone was still together. We could have lost many men in this battle. The crabs were absolutely surrounding the place. It seemed like some of our Sarko allies were also in the mix, helping them. I was hoping to walk past slowly, hoping they wouldn't spot me, but they did. When spotted, the only choice is to attack. And we absolutely devastated the beach side. There was nothing left on that beach. The rest of the crabs were in the water, so we decided to remain strong. We didn't want to waste energy on these creatures. So we continued our search of the beach. Now reaching the edge of where we believed the Empress was this was our first sighting of her broodmother army. Now it seems weird that the Demonic Reaper Empress would hire broodmothers, but she did so. And she hired a lot. I gave a quick battle cry to our men, rallied them up, and we went in. We started going deep. That was a weird sentence, but we did. And as you can see, the broodmothers were at battle with all the birds of the island. We had Mega Raptors, Archaeopteryx, Griffins, Featherlights, everyone was there. But as on the island as always, there are no allies. Anyone who got in the way of our fire would be burnt along with it. You see, the Broodmother army was huge. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, even 8. 8 Broodmothers all standing nearby each other. This would only be the start of it, as there are many more to come. So yeah, we went in, taking out as many as we could to thin out the army before we got surrounded. Obviously these were the weak ones. More and more kept coming. As you can see, the screen was hard to bear. Everything was dying. But these Broodmothers were no match for the army. The army was way too powerful. I almost felt bad in a way that they had gotten themselves in this fight. It wasn't their fight. It was the fight of the Empress. They were just unfortunate victims. Now we had the Juggernauts, the most deadly of one of the most deadliest of the army, a Chaos Broodmother Lystrix, as well as a Primal Reaper, Dodo Reaper. These creatures were not to be taken lightly. They were some of the most powerful, hard-hitting, damage-taking creatures that the demonic Empress would have in her army. I made sure the men were rallied. We had to go in full force. Any strain from this would have resulted in death. We advanced around the tree line, hoping to sneak up on our enemy. The element of surprise would be our best bet, but no, they caught up on us first. I ordered the men to charge, but unfortunately, the Dodo Reaper was too powerful, and I lost my life that day. But through the power of magic, I'm back. As obviously the Broodmother smelt the weakness and came running straight for me, but didn't realise the protection I had. Unfortunately, at this point, due to the strength of the Broodmothers, one of our main Capro was now slept. He would not awake for a long time, so I made sure that they were healed, and that we gave them stimulant to try and speed up the process a little bit. We needed the full strength of our army to take on the Empress. Anybody lacking could end up in death. As you can see, an absolute graveyard of spider bodies lay. Even the Chaos Broodmother had been destroyed. At this point I knew this army was perfect. We were ready. The Primal Twins. These were the right and left hand of the Empress's army. The most powerful allies. I sent the men to charge first before I did, as I didn't want the same thing to happen again, where I would die. Actually, just a cloud of dust rained over the battlefield. Broodmothers were no match for the army. They were taking the hits well though. I was starting to get nervous. If we couldn't defeat these guys, the Empress would be too much. But there we go, the first one was down. This gave hope, power and strength to the rest of the men to charge forward and attack. I jumped in the fray this time to give my assistance. Decided to upgrade my melee damage halfway through, because apparently that was necessary. Maybe I was just a bit of a coward, but I couldn't let the men know that. They wouldn't follow me if they knew that I wasn't ready to lay my life down again. We hunted down the Primal Twin. She started escaping, running off. That's when I noticed that the Broodmothers were trying to surround us. The men were too deep in and I couldn't let them go alone. So we did it. We fought with everything we had. And there we go. The second of the twins were defeated. Now it was time to find the Empress herself. We got an intel that the Empress was up to our right on the hill. But that's when we were ambushed by what we thought was just an enemy, but turned out to be an alarm. That wandering loot boss signalled the Empress to our presence. As we looked right to the mountain to find out where she was, she attacked from behind. I was not ready. She cocooned us all, doing immense damage, whipping us away with her tail. No one could move. We were all trapped. This is the first of our capras to die. This was not going to go well if already the army was being defeated. Due to the ambush, I tried to regroup, but it was too late. 2, 3, 4, 5. That was it. The army was defeated. I was the lone survivor, and I was barely surviving, panicking to get to health. To help out. I was cocooned still. I couldn't stop. I couldn't move. I was trapped. Using my jump, I got out of there quickly, before she could do any more damage. Fleeing from the scene was the only way. I had to regroup. I had to reconcile what just happened. But she came up behind again. She was not letting me leave. She was following me, hunting me. She sensed weakness. But that was her biggest downfall, as she didn't realise that this one capro was not as easy as the rest of them had been. And the loss of her friends made her stronger. This was it now, all or nothing. We spent time whistling down her health, running, hit and run tactics. Because if we got caught by the Empress once more, death was most likely the only outcome. She followed us through the water. I realised that the water was her weakness, and she wasn't as quick and couldn't use her abilities as easily. This was it. As they say, know thy enemy. And I did. As she hid underground, probably to heal herself and regroup, one of her minions would not leave me alone. As she pried me once more and I escaped to the side of the water. It was all I could do. There was nothing else. It would just keep hunting and hunting. I was not getting left alone, but luckily, Capra had become more powerful than I ever imagined. This was it. The final showdown. As she walked towards me, I knew it was now or never. I had to hit her with everything I had. And the Capra knew this too. So as we did it, and I watched with a dust cloud as she lay to the ground. The Empress was defeated. No more would she reign over this land and terrorise all the creatures within it. It was over. Now that we had conquered one Empress, the rest were mere mortals to us. They were nothing. They were little in us. So we did what I must. You will obey! Now that the Empress understood how powerful we were, she simply laid down her defences and allowed us to take control. This was it. We had now harnessed the power of the demonic Reaper Empress. And that is where the story ends. So, like I said, it's a bit of a different video. You may not like it, you may like it. Let me know how it went. Hopefully I'll never have to do it again, as long as the microphone decides to work. So as always, if you have enjoyed, leave a like. If you like me, my personality, all the content that I make, why not subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on the tales of the Lost Island. Let's call it that. Without further ado, I'll see you guys in the next one.